Chosen one, breathe for a second. Slow down your mind. Let your shoulders relax. Let your spirit come forward. Because what you're about to hear is not an accident. You didn't click this video by coincidence. You didn't find this message by chance. No. Heaven has been tracking your tears. Heaven has been listening to your silent prayers, the ones you didn't even have words for. The ones you felt in your chest at 2 a.m. The ones you whispered into your pillow. The ones you screamed inside your heart while your face stayed calm for the world. And today, Heaven says, "My child, I have a personal message just for you. Not for the crowd. Not for the people who watch your life but don't understand your pain. Not for the ones who judged you and assumed you were weak. This is for you. Because you've been holding on. You've been trying to stay faithful while your feelings were bleeding. You've been staying kind in a world that tried to make you cold. You've been staying spiritual in a season that tried to make you bitter. And Heaven is saying right now, I see you. And I need you to listen carefully, because the message is clear. You are not forgotten. You are not late. You are not cursed. You are not alone. Chosen one, you are being positioned. You are being prepared. You are being protected. And there's a reason you've felt everything so deeply lately. Because Heaven is not just speaking to you. Heaven is shifting around you. So if you've been feeling heavy, if you've been feeling emotional without understanding why, if you've been feeling pressure, tension, spiritual warfare, confusion, and strange delays, it's because something powerful is happening behind the scenes. And today's message begins with this. You've been carrying too much, and I'm about to lift it. Chosen one, let's be real for a moment. You've been fighting a war that nobody clapped for. You've been surviving days that nobody even knew were hard. You've been smiling in public. But privately you've been asking, God, why is it like this? Why do I feel alone? Why is it taking so long? Why do people misunderstand me? And Heaven says, because you are not ordinary. The reason you've been under pressure is because your calling is heavy. Your destiny is real. Your spiritual rank is high. And darkness does not attack what is pointless. Let me say that again. Darkness does not attack what has no purpose. Darkness does not waste energy on a life that isn't a threat. So the fact that you've been targeted, the fact that your peace has been tested, the fact that you've had obstacles that didn't make sense, it's proof that what's inside of you is dangerous to the enemy. But Heaven also says something you need to hear. You've been blaming yourself for what was actually warfare. You thought you were failing, but you were being resisted. You thought you were weak, but you were being opposed. You thought you were losing your mind, but your spirit was picking up what your eyes couldn't see. Chosen one, your sensitivity isn't a curse. It's a spiritual antenna. You feel things before they happen. You sense energy in a room. You know when something is off. You can't fake it for long. And that's why you've struggled in certain environments. Because Heaven didn't design you to survive in low frequencies. You were built for truth. You were built for alignment. You were built for divine timing. And Heaven says, stop apologizing for being different. I made you this way. Chosen one, here is the message. It's not vague. It's not confusing. It's not a maybe. Heaven says, I am about to answer you in a way that will shock you, because you've been faithful in silence. You didn't stop believing when nobody supported you. You didn't quit when people walked away. You didn't turn cold when life turned hard. You stayed. And Heaven says, because you stayed, I'm about to move. You've been asking for a sign. And Heaven says, the fact that you're still here is the sign. Look at you. After everything that tried to take you out, you're still breathing, still dreaming, still hoping, still healing, even when you didn't feel strong. God carried you on days you didn't have strength. And now Heaven is saying, enough suffering in private. I'm about to reward you openly. Chosen one, you are entering a season where you will not have to beg anymore. You will not have to chase anymore. You will not have to prove yourself anymore. Because what is for you will locate you, and what tried to delay you will be forced to release you. Heaven says, your name has been mentioned in rooms you've never entered. You thought nobody saw you, but heaven was arranging you. There are divine connections coming. There are doors opening. There are people about to respect what they once ignored. And the reason is simple. Your season of invisibility is ending. Chosen one, I know you've asked. Why did I have to be alone? Why did friends disappear? Why did family misunderstand? Why did people switch up? Why did love feel delayed? Why did the crowd feel distant? Heaven answers. Because I was hiding you. Not punishing you. Hiding you. Protecting you. Shielding you. Some people didn't leave because you weren't lovable. They left because they couldn't handle your elevation. Some people didn't support you because you weren't worthy. They didn't support you because your growth exposed their comfort zone. Chosen one, the truth is, your spirit carries light. And light bothers what wants to stay hidden. So heaven isolated you. Not to break you, but to build you without interference. Because if you were surrounded by the wrong voices, you would have doubted your calling. If you were surrounded by the wrong energy, you would have dimmed your shine. If you were surrounded by the wrong influence, you would have become a version of you that God never designed. So heaven says, I removed them because I love you. And some of you need to hear this deeply. Not everyone who left was a loss. Some were a rescue. You were saved from fake love. Saved from draining friendships. Saved from spiritual parasites. Saved from people who smile but secretly compete. You don't need to hate them. Just understand. Heaven separated you to preserve you. Chosen one, listen closely. There are moments in life where nothing looks different on the outside. But everything is changing on the inside. And that's exactly where you are right now. You may still be waking up in the same room. Still dealing with some of the same responsibilities. Still surrounded by the same world. But your spirit knows something your eyes can't fully explain yet. Because deep down, you can feel it. Something is shifting. Something is rearranging. Something is ending. Something is beginning. You can feel it in your emotions. You can feel it in your appetite. You can feel it in your energy. You can feel it in your dreams. You can feel it in the way your soul is no longer comfortable where it used to settle. Chosen one, this is a sacred moment. This is what happens right before heaven upgrades your life. And heaven sent me to tell you this. The discomfort you feel is not depression. It's not failure. It's not confusion. It's transition. You are crossing over. And just like a plane shakes when it changes altitude, your life shakes when you change levels. So let's talk about the signs, chosen one. Because heaven wants you to recognize this season. So you don't panic. So you don't retreat. So you don't go backwards. When you're actually finally moving forward. Chosen one, you've noticed it, haven't you? The things you used to tolerate now irritate you. The conversations you used to laugh at now feel empty. The people you used to chase now feel exhausting. The environments you used to survive now feel suffocating. And for a while you thought, what's wrong with me? But heaven says, nothing is wrong with you. You are evolving. You're not too sensitive. You're not too emotional. You're not too deep. You're just no longer compatible with low frequencies. Because your spirit is changing its taste. And when your spirit starts craving peace over excitement, that means you're entering a new season of maturity. Chosen one, hear me. The next level isn't loud. The next level is quiet. The next level is stable. The next level is clean. The next level is peaceful. So if you've been pulling away from noise, drama, gossip, chaos, and confusion, that's not you becoming boring. That's you becoming anointed. Chosen one, this is a big one. Because in the old season, you kept trying to explain your heart. You kept trying to prove your intentions. You kept trying to make people understand you. But now, you're tired. Not tired like, I want to sleep, but tired like, I'm done begging to be valued. I'm done chasing respect. I'm done proving what should be obvious. And heaven says, good, because you're finally getting free. The moment you stop auditioning for love is the moment you start attracting the right love. The moment you stop fighting for validation is the moment your spirit steps into authority. Chosen one, you're not here to convince anyone that you're chosen. The fruit will speak for you. The results will speak for you. The elevation will speak for you. And heaven says, those who are meant to see you will see you. Those who don't were never assigned to you. Chosen one, let's talk about the loneliness. Because this part can feel confusing. Suddenly, you're not surrounded like you used to be. Messages feel less frequent. Invitations feel fewer. People are distant. And you think, did I do something wrong? But heaven says, no. Your season is changing. Chosen one, your circle is shrinking because your spirit is rejecting anything that blocks your destiny. Not everyone you started with is meant to finish with you. Some people were assigned to your pain season. Some people were assigned to your survival season. Some people were assigned to your lesson season. But now heaven is preparing you for your reward season. And that requires different energy. Heaven says, I am removing distractions disguised as relationships. Because some people weren't friends. They were weights. They didn't support your growth. They fed on your energy. They came close when you were strong. And disappeared when you needed love. So heaven says, I'm cleaning your life. And yes, it can feel empty. But listen carefully. Sometimes heaven empties the room. So it can introduce you to the right people without interference. Chosen one, you're not being punished with isolation. You are being positioned for elevation. Chosen one, you've been resting but still feeling heavy. You sleep, but wake up exhausted. You try to be strong, but feel emotionally drained. And you don't even know why. Heaven says, because your spirit has been doing deep work while you've been living normal life. You are not just tired. You are finishing cycles, breaking soul ties, closing portals, releasing old versions, healing childhood wounds, forgiving people you never got closure from, detoxing from spiritual attacks. Chosen one, this kind of tired is different. It's the tiredness of a soul that has been carrying too much for too long and is finally letting go. So don't shame yourself for needing rest. Rest is not laziness. Rest is recovery. Rest is preparation. Because once the next season opens, you will need strength. Chosen one, you've been feeling emotional lately. You see something small and suddenly, you want to cry. You hear a song and it hits you deeply. Old memories come back out of nowhere. You remember things you thought you healed from. And you wonder, why am I feeling this again? Heaven says, because this is the final release. It's not coming back to hurt you. It's coming back to leave you. Because you cannot enter a new season carrying old pain. So heaven is allowing the last layer to rise. So it can be removed. Chosen one, the tears are not weakness. They are cleansing. They are proof your heart is still soft. And softness is power in a world trying to make you hard. Heaven says, you survived without becoming evil. That is your miracle. And the reason emotions are rising is because your spirit is making room for joy. Chosen one, be honest. Some people don't feel safe anymore. You can't explain it logically. They aren't doing anything dramatic. But your spirit feels uneasy. You feel drained after interacting with them. You feel like you need to cleanse your mind after talking to them. You feel like your energy drops. Heaven says, that's discernment activating. Chosen one, discernment is not paranoia. Discernment is spiritual intelligence. Your spirit is developing boundaries automatically now. You're no longer entertaining fake smiles, hidden jealousy, manipulation, spiritual leeches, draining connections. People who only call when they need something. And heaven says, I am teaching you how to protect your gift, because your gift is too valuable to be accessed by everybody. Chosen one, you've been pulling away. Not because you hate people, but because your soul needs quiet. You don't want crowds. You don't want noise. You don't want constant talking. You want calm. You want stillness. You want space. And heaven says, because I've been trying to talk to you. Some of you have been praying for clarity. But clarity is born in quiet. Heaven says, I can't guide you if you're constantly distracted. So your spirit is naturally pulling toward prayer, reflection, healing, journaling, solitude, discipline, detox. And this is not you becoming antisocial. This is you becoming aligned. Because in this season, heaven is reprogramming you. Chosen one, you've been waking up. You're seeing people for who they really are. You're seeing patterns you used to ignore. You're seeing motives you used to defend. You're finally realizing, I was giving too much. I was settling. I was accepting less than I deserved. And heaven says, that's growth. Growth is painful because it exposes what you tolerated when you didn't know your worth. But now, you know. And you can't unsee what you've seen, because you're not the same person anymore. Chosen one, your dreams have been speaking. Some of you have had dreams that feel like visions, dreams that feel like warnings, dreams that feel like preparation. You wake up feeling like, that wasn't just a dream. And heaven says, because I'm communicating with you. When heaven is about to shift you, you will receive unusual dreams, repeated numbers, confirmations, random messages, sudden clarity, divine delays that later make sense. Chosen one, the signs are not to confuse you. They are to guide you. Because your next season is not a guess. It's an assignment. And here's the final sign, chosen one. Even though the battle has been heavy, something inside you is rising again. You feel hope in moments you didn't expect. You feel confidence returning quietly. You feel like, I don't know how, but I'm going to make it. And heaven says, that's me. That's divine strength returning to your bones. That's divine fire reigniting your spirit. That's divine assurance wrapping around your mind. Because heaven doesn't just bring you out. Heaven rebuilds you on the way out. Chosen one, hear this. Your breakthrough is not coming to the old you. It's coming to the upgraded you. And you are upgrading right now. Chosen one, if you've been feeling all of this, if you've been noticing the shift, then this is your confirmation. You are not breaking. You are breaking through. You are not losing your mind. You are losing your old life. You are not being punished. You are being prepared. You are not falling behind. You are being positioned ahead. And heaven says, don't rush it. Don't fear it. Don't fight it. Flow with me. Because what's ahead of you is going to make everything behind you make sense. Chosen one, come here. Listen. The reason you feel like you're behind is because you've been comparing your process to people who never carried your assignment. You've been judging your timeline by people who never had your spiritual warfare. You've been measuring your success by people who never had to heal what you had to heal. But heaven says, look how far you've come. Remember the old you? The you who would have broken completely by now. The you who didn't know how to set boundaries. The you who kept tolerating disrespect. The you who kept explaining yourself to people committed to misunderstanding you. Look at you now. You're stronger, smarter, more aware, more protected. Even if you still have days where you feel soft. You are not the same person. And heaven says, stop calling yourself stuck. You're in preparation. Preparation feels slow. But it's building what you will need. Because once the door opens, your life will move fast. And heaven says, I'm teaching you to handle what you prayed for. Some of you prayed for elevation. But heaven had to strengthen your mind first. Some of you prayed for love. But heaven had to heal your patterns first. Some of you prayed for wealth. But heaven had to remove your fear first. Because the blessing is not meant to destroy you. It's meant to expand you. And heaven says, I won't release you into the next level until you can survive it. Chosen one. I know this one hurts. But heaven wants to free you from people's opinions. Some people will never support you early. They only celebrate what is already proven. They didn't believe Noah until the rain came. They didn't respect Joseph until the palace. They didn't understand David until the crown. And heaven says, stop expecting people to recognize what I revealed to you. Your vision is not for everybody. Some people are too shallow to understand spiritual depth. Some people are too wounded to celebrate your healing. Some people are too insecure to honor your growth. But heaven says, I didn't call them. I called you. So stop shrinking. Stop hiding your voice. Stop doubting your gift. Stop dimming your light so people don't feel uncomfortable. Because heaven says, your light was never meant to fit in. It was meant to lead. And listen, the same people who ignore you now will be asking how you did it later. Not because you became someone new, but because you finally became yourself. Chosen one, this part is serious. Heaven says, do not go back. Do not go back to the old mindset. Do not go back to the old people. Do not go back to the old habits. Do not go back to the old self-betrayal. Because the enemy's biggest trap is nostalgia. It will whisper, maybe it wasn't that bad. Maybe you're overreacting. Maybe you should settle. But heaven says, that door closed for a reason. The pain you survived was not for you to repeat. You didn't heal just to return. You didn't grow just to shrink. You didn't pray for freedom just to choose chains again. Heaven says, honor what it cost you to become this version of you. Some of you fought too hard to be here. So don't trade your peace for access. Don't trade your future for familiarity. Don't trade your anointing for temporary comfort. You are too close to your breakthrough to sabotage it. Chosen one. I want you to imagine this. A season where you don't feel heavy all the time. A season where your heart is not constantly trying to survive. A season where you wake up with peace. A season where money flows with less struggle. A season where you are loved properly. A season where doors open without you forcing them. Heaven says, I'm bringing you into that. And this is the part that will make you cry. I'm not blessing you because you're perfect. I'm blessing you because you stayed connected. You stayed connected through disappointment, through confusion, through delayed promises, through isolation, through betrayal. You stayed connected. And heaven says, that loyalty moved me. Now listen. Your blessing is not just material. It's not just money. Heaven is giving you peace that doesn't break, discernment that doesn't fail, clarity that doesn't shake, strength that doesn't collapse. And on top of that, heaven is restoring what you lost. Some of you lost time, lost love, lost energy, lost opportunities. But heaven says, I am the God who restores. And you're about to receive what feels impossible. Not because life is fair, but because heaven is faithful. Chosen one, this is your instruction. This is what heaven wants you to do today, not next year, not someday, not when you feel ready. Release what you can't control. Stop replaying. Stop overthinking. Stop trying to predict every outcome. Heaven says, you were never meant to carry tomorrow. Protect your energy like it's sacred, because it is. Stop entertaining draining conversations. Stop explaining yourself to people who enjoy misunderstanding you. Stop answering everybody so fast. You are not accessible to chaos anymore. Speak life over yourself, out loud. Yes, out loud. Because your ears need to hear your faith. Say, I am chosen. I am covered. I am guided. I am protected. I am not late. What is for me will find me. Do the next right step. Not the whole staircase. Just the next step. That one phone call. That one application. That one prayer. That one boundary. That one workout. That one decision to stop waiting for permission. Heaven says, move with me. Stop asking, why me? And start saying, use me. Because the moment you stop questioning your burden, you start unlocking your power. Chosen one, hear this. You are about to understand. You're about to look back and say, oh, that's why it didn't work out with them. Oh, that's why I had to be alone. Oh, that's why it got delayed. Oh, that's why I was pushed. Because heaven wasn't delaying you. Heaven was protecting the promise. Some things didn't happen earlier because you weren't ready to survive it. Some doors didn't open because the wrong people were still attached. Some opportunities didn't come because your spirit still needed healing. But now, heaven says, you've matured. You've grown. You've been refined. And the version of you today can handle what the old you would have fumbled. So here is the final message. The wait is ending. The reward is coming. The confirmation is near. Chosen one. I need you to take one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. And receive this. You are not alone. I am with you. I have not abandoned you. I am working behind the scenes. And what I promise you, I will perform. Chosen one, place your hand over your heart for a moment. And repeat this with me, slowly. I release fear. I release doubt. I release heaviness. I release the need to control everything. I accept divine timing. I accept divine favor. I accept divine protection. I accept divine elevation. What is mine cannot miss me. What is for me cannot be taken from me. What heaven wrote will unfold in my life. I am chosen. I am covered. I am guided. I am protected. And I don't care how it looks right now. My life is shifting. Because heaven has a personal message for me today. And I received it. Chosen one, if this message spoke to your spirit, don't just watch silently. Type this in the comments. My message has been received. And if you're ready to walk into your next season, type, I am ready. Because heaven is not done with you. Your story is not over. Your breakthrough is not late. It's loading. Stay aligned. Stay faithful. Stay protected. And remember, chosen one, heaven has its hands on your life. Chosen one, before you go, I want to speak to the givers, the ones whose hearts feel called to pour back into the vessel that pours into them. If this message awakened you, if it strengthened you, if it spoke to your spirit in a way only heaven could orchestrate, then I invite you, only if your heart feels led, to sow a $1 seed into this channel. Not because God needs it, but because giving is a spiritual law. A small seed carries big obedience. And God multiplies what is given with pure intention. Your $1 keeps this ministry alive, keeps the messages flowing, and helps this word reach the next chosen one who needs it. If you feel that nudge in your spirit, if you feel that gentle pull, you can plant your $1 seed using the link in the description. And if you can't or don't feel led, you are still loved, still seen, and still covered. Blessings to every giver, and blessings to every listener. Your seed moves heaven in ways you may never see. But God sees it all.